Hey, what's going on, everyone? I've decided to jump back over to the convertible and go ahead and just change the head gasket because we've had a couple of 100-degree days lately, and it doesn't overheat or anything, but it eats more coolant than I'm comfortable with. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started taking the accessories off, airbox and all that stuff. My plan is it's Thursday night tonight. I'm going to strip everything down and basically maybe leave a couple head bolts in just to keep the seal together, because I just changed the oil in the motor and I don't want to let any water from the coolant passages accidentally run off of the top of the deck into the oil chambers. So tomorrow morning I'll probably pull the head off, and I'm not in any real rush because, as a matter of fact, I don't actually have the head gasket or the head bolts yet. They should be here, the head gasket today and the other parts on Saturday. So I should have enough time to put it back together Saturday evening before I go back to work on Sunday, but we'll see. I have other options. Essentially, we're just gonna get in there and see if it's a head gasket or if the head is cracked. If the head is cracked, we'll just throw the head on from that other engine that we got, and we'll go from there. Hopefully it's just a head gasket. Just started draining the coolant, and it's still too hot to get under there and open up the block drain, but another 30 minutes I'll get that done. In the meantime, I'm going to pull out all the extra stuff. Little behind the scenes footage for you. Pulling off that fuel hose, I totally caught my finger there on a bracket and sliced it real good. Gonna throw a band-aid on it and get back to work. Good as new. Shout out to my mom for the band-aids. Much better than electrical tape. Thank you. Pretty big milestone reached. I would say disconnecting the headers is probably one of the more difficult tasks, especially when all of the studs pull out with the nuts. Took a little bit of time, but now all I have to do is remove the timing belt from the head, take off the valve cover, take out the head bolts, and it'll be ready to remove. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and wait on that. I did drain the block, pulled the plug out, it's right here. So we shouldn't drip any water into the oil passages, but I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and just be safe. So I will go ahead and get this valve cover pulled off though. Alright, I got all the head bolts off and all the hoses disconnected, and timing belts off, so I'm ready to remove this. I'm pretty sure anyways. See if I get any hang-ups. Yep. Clear. Okay. Some cracks. That's interesting. Lots of crusties. It's a little difficult to tell which cylinder the coolant was seeping by on. I can't even really tell on the head gasket. I mean, it's definitely seen better days, but there's no obvious spot. None of the cylinders are like really clean like you would imagine they would be from getting a little steam bath every day. And same with the head. I mean, cylinder 6 is the cleanest one, but they all look pretty uniform valve wise. But I don't see any cracks, and I checked it with a ruler. It seems pretty flat, so I don't know yet. Well, it's not ideal, but I went ahead and cleaned the top of the block with a razor blade, and it's pretty flat, nice and smooth. I'm confident that it won't leak, but we'll see what happens. I went ahead and did the same with the head. It's pretty flat as well. I checked it with a straight edge, and hopefully we don't get any leaks. I've been waiting all day for my gaskets to come, and I ordered an OEM one, but they sent me a Victor Reigns, which sucks because I hear very frequently that they leak, but we're gonna go ahead and throw it on there and see what happens, because I'd really like to drive this tomorrow. It's a little trick when you're installing the oil drain for the head. I always use a zip tie on the spring and point it outwards, and that way once I get the head on there I can just cut the zip tie and it should sit into place pretty well. Alright, well I got it all put back together and threw some water in there. I'm gonna go ahead and see if she fires right now. I don't know why it wouldn't, but here we go. We don't got any leaks. Alright, sounds like it's running pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it for a drive and bleed the air out. Hey everyone, so I drove my convertible about a couple hundred miles today after finishing the head gasket job last night around 8 o'clock, and happy to say that there were no problems at all. I don't have any leaks and the car runs great. I don't have any more misfire issues when I start the car, either hot or cold, so I'd say that the head gasket is doing what it's supposed to do, and the vert lives on. So catch you guys on the next project.